Welcome to episode 6 of StripJourney. My name is Morana and I'm a dancer from Copenhagen, Denmark. This show is for everybody who's interested in dancing in platform high heels, so-called strip. I imagine, just like myself, a lot of people are coming back from holidays and getting back into their regular training. Or maybe you're just curious about trying out this dance style. But a reminder, after all these breaks and everything, be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself, work hard, and results will come. And my guest today can definitely tell you more about that. So today, we're going to Amsterdam, and we're going to talk to Anastasia. Hi!
Hi, really nice to meet you, to hear you.
Can you quickly introduce yourself to us?
Yeah, of course. My name is Anastasia, with a very difficult surname to pronounce, Ormanavichus. You can call me just Anastasia. I'm 29. Originally, I'm from Russia, but now I live in Amsterdam. I have a degree in security engineering, and now I work as a DevOps engineer at the daytime and as a frame-up dancer and teacher at nights.
So which is your secret power? Is it the engineering or the dancing?
Oh, I don't know. I guess it's balancing in between.
And I'm looking forward to hear more about it. But maybe let's start with you telling us, how did you start with dancing?
Oh, I've been dancing ever since I can remember, starting from classic and folk dance back in Russia. In high school, I started dancing Irish and had been dancing Irish dance in almost 10 years, I guess.
Wow.
I also taught it, competed in quite successfully, even at the world level in Ireland, and was part of the Irish dancing show. But unfortunately, Irish dance are quite tough. And it caused a couple of injuries, which affected the mobility of my ankle, what is essential in Irish dance. So thereby, with a heavy heart, I decided to quit Irish. And for me, it was no use to be just an average after being pretty good. So I gave it a try to other styles and just jumped into a lot of different classes. So I was like a dried up spring in the desert, launching for life-giving water. I don't know, because I honestly can imagine myself dancing. And after a while, I ended up in Vogue for quite a long time. And it was like a new shiny world for me, full of freedom and full of so many different emotions, especially after very controlled Irish dance. I was really surprised in the community of the way you can show yourself, you can visualize what you hear, what you see, what you feel. So here started my non-Irish dancing journey.
Nice. And then how did you end up with Frame Up?
That's quite interesting story, actually. Once a Vogue class was cancelled, and I had already arrived in dance school, so I just decided to jump into the next room because I'm already in the dance school. What can I do? And I had unlimited pass for all classes. So I just jumped into the next room and there happens to be a strip class. And it was in 2018. Yeah. And so there my frame up story begins. And understanding about the fundamental technique, concepts and principles I got there from my first teacher. She is Alena Godjeva. Then my love to acrobatics started from classes with another incredible teacher from St. Petersburg, Inna Sin. And I also started to train a lot in acrobatic school also in St. Petersburg. And in the beginning of 2021, I was selected for the professional team Gachica, founded by Dasha Gubanova. And honestly, being the part of this team is one of the best times in my dancing life. I'm incredibly grateful to Dasha for everything she gave me, for all of her efforts, attention, and belief in me. It wasn't the easiest time, of course. The team means the responsibility, hard work, night training, financial expenses. But at the same time, it means an incredible experience. The rapid growth, really rapid, because my skills, I guess, was a bit lower than the average skills in the team when I came to Garchica. So I really had to grow fast. And this is also the brightest emotions, biggest dance championships, most supportive community, which I still have. So if you don't know Dasha Gubanova yet, follow her on Instagram. She's amazing. And actually, she is the person whose influence was most strongly imprinted in my information of my own approach of dancing. A lot of details I inherited from her in my dancing. Yeah, and then in June 2022, I moved from Russia, spent 2 months without dancing at all in Serbia, just looking to my strip shoes in my luggage, unpacked, and then settled down in the Netherlands. Here I am in Amsterdam.
But I'm curious, how hard was it to basically leave everything behind?
Really hard, to be honest, because I dance almost every day, and the team, it became a family when you spend a lot of time with all of them. And me, it was like leaving my own family also. So I left my own family, my dance family behind, but I knew that it's for the best, because anyway, I had some plans to move from Russia in some time. I and my husband, we planned to find another country where we can feel ourselves at home. Thankfully, when we moved, it was the end of the dance season. So I didn't have to just left it behind with breaking any responsibilities, I guess. We just ended the dance season, and Dasha didn't need to find someone else to replace me in the choreography. So this is good. Was like a logical ending of being the part of the team.
Yeah. And then I guess Amsterdam, new place, new people. You don't know many people, you don't know things. So how do you start?
Firstly, I started to attend heels and experimental classes here. Tried some strip classes also, just to test the water. I honestly eagerly was looking for the same community I used to have back in Russia, and with whom I can share my love to frame up. But frame up was really something new here. And here mostly people dance classical strip plastic. And I was lucky to meet wonderful, wonderful strip dancer Nicole. She runs the studio here in Amsterdam, Spirit and Roses, and she actually gave me a good start. She always supports me since this was Nicole who organized my first frame up workshop here in Amsterdam in November, I guess, 2022. And from that moment, a frame up started to gradually penetrate into the dance life of the Netherlands. And since then, I started to gain more people in my small community.
Wow, it's only then, because it feels like you've done so much. You have classes, you have a team, and I know a lot of girls that take your classes that also now come to conventions and everything.
Yeah. I teach not regularly now, only basic classes I teach regularly, and try to organize by myself workshops time to time, because I obviously don't have a lot of time to make it full-time profession for me, dancing. But still, I'm trying. I'm trying to share all of my love to this style with people who want to share it with me, with people who are interested in frame up, because I really love this style. I really proud of dancing this style, and I think that's why I'm trying to push it further and further here.
So you have a team now. How did you get there?
Oh, since I used to dance in a team, I really missed it after moving to the Netherlands. And then I decided to found a team here to start the formation of a frame up community in the Netherlands. and to develop it together here, to motivate each other, because the team is a great motivation. The name of my team is F.U.S.T. This is an anagram to Frame Up Strip Team. So as you can see, we are very creative. Very creative. We've been thinking a lot about the name, and I was just actually pissed off and said, okay, then we're just gonna be F.U.S.T. That's it.
If you can't agree, and at least there is 4 of you, so 4 letters, so that's fine, right?
Yeah, as soon as I found girls whose dancing caught my eye in my classes, I just jumped into this water, texted them. So, hey, are you interested in dancing in the team? Maybe it will cost you a lot of financial expenses, a lot of time and responsibility.
Oh, you were selling it.
Yeah, that sounds great. I'm in. Yeah, and for me, it was really an experiment, completely out of my comfort zone. I used to be a leader at work, my engineering work, I mean, because here I know basically what is right, what is wrong, and I know that I'm skillful. But in dance, there is no right way to do something. Everyone is so different, with a completely different vision, with a completely different dance vocabulary and base. And all of the members of my team are really unique. And despite being really different, we have one thing in common. We love dancing and we love frame up. And I believe that together we can create something interesting by collecting each other's best part into a single picture. And my team is a great, great motivation and support. I'm really grateful to have them, and I appreciate all of the efforts they invest in our joint development. I think we found not only teammates, but also good friends. And yeah, I guess this is what I was looking for, this sense of support, this sense of kind of stability, because you have the same people every time you came in class and you were doing something together, you support each other. And yeah, I guess this is the main reason why I decided to create a team here.
Yeah, I can totally understand that, because that is what gives you a lot of motivation as well, when you also have both responsibilities, but also others who will push you.
Yeah.
Do you choreograph together, or are you the main choreographer?
In the beginning, I decided to put it like this. We are creating everything together. I have a main role to collect everything, to decide what's gonna be in final version. I don't want to say that I am a main choreographer, but I definitely have like a vet right to to decline something, because for me it's important to create something what responds to my feelings, to my vision of the frame up. So I think I decide the overall schema, and then we are creating together. And I just review what everyone show. And yeah, we're collecting everything in one picture. I would say that we are doing it together.
Yeah, and then you say like, oh, this is not my main thing, but I have a team and I do my own solos. And then you did, how many competitions did you do in this last year, in the season?
What? In less than season, it was really like a race, to be honest, because I decided to put all of my efforts for the competitions last than season to kind of start an engine of the frame up here in Europe, to show it as many times as possible. And let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Solo, I had 6 competitions.
Wow.
Yeah, and with the team we had also 5 or 6. 5,
Wow.
I think. Yeah. It wasn't easy, but it was an interesting experience.
So how did it go? What kind of impressions did you get? What did people say?
It depends on the championship and the judges. Actually, the main goal for us was to show this style, and the results wasn't the main thing we were doing it. But we got really interesting feedback. We got really interesting vision of frame up from the other side. And considering the high level of all participants, considering the kind of street style focus on most of the championships, I think we have quite satisfying results. And this is really something new, the frame up, I mean, in some of the competitions. It was an interesting experience, and we saw how curious people about this dance, because the stereotype is when you see with really high heels with a platform, they gonna do one particular thing to like seduce you or something else, to have one particular vibe. But we created really different from the sexy vibe choreography for our first championships. And it was really interesting to see how the picture is collecting in people's minds, how they understand that this style can be really diverse, that you can show other emotions through this kind of styles, this kind of outfit. So yeah, that was really interesting.
And do you plan to keep on going with this same tempo?
Maybe not this with the same tempo, because I honestly was exhausted in the end of the latest dance season. Now we are preparing for the next dance season already. First championship gonna be in Amsterdam in the end of September. We already kind of create choreography. We just need to practice it. Yeah,
Nice.
new one. And I hope that people gonna like it, because we've already put a lot of work and efforts to it, and we kind of have a message in this choreography. It's not just a choreo, but we really have an idea. We have a storyline in this choreo. So I'm already excited to show it.
Nice. I'm looking forward when it appears online. Talking about community, what I've noticed, and it gives such great vibes, is your friends that used to dance with you in Russia, that you see at different conventions, then you girls dance together. It gives so much energy. It's such a nice synergy to see you all together.
Yeah. We also, with the girls who I used to dance with back in Russia, some of them also moved from Russia and live now in Luxembourg and in Greece. And time to time we are gathering together and dance like a team. And it's really nice, and still feel their great support. And on the latest Prague Frame Up weekend, we were all together. And I was really proud of our small community, that we can come and show what we can do, how we can dance, and to share our emotions, our excitement, our love of this style with other people.
Yeah, and speaking of the Prague convention, I think it was for all of us a very emotional moment on the last convention when it was announced that you'll be teaching next time. We were all screaming, we were all so happy, because I think the growth that we see through you is something that we can all aim for, and it's very inspirational.
Yeah, thank you. And I guess this is one of the warmest memory I have since I moved from Russia. This is the latest Prague Frame Up weekend. It was my third time in Prague, and this time I came alone, and I was like a stranger and didn't know anyone. And yeah, this time I came with almost all my students from the Netherlands, with a really big squad with girls I used to dance in Garchice with my teammates. And I also made so many wonderful friends in Prague since the first event, and was welcomed so warmly and actually felt at home. Honestly, I was overwhelmed with emotions and from this unconditional support. And the results were really unexpected for me, truly. I have no words to express my respect and gratitude to Eve, who organized all of this. And I guess that she noticed me on the very first event, and she kept tracking my progress. And on the latest, what happened on the latest event, I was crying the whole evening. And this is not the usual thing for me. I usually don't cry at public, but this time I was crying the whole evening.
But it was the good tears.
Yes, of course. And this is a great step for me. From the average girl who just came into the team in St. Petersburg to the person who gonna teach in one line up, one of the greatest and top frame up choreographers. And I see that all of the hard work I've put in it, I see fruits of this work, and it keeps me motivated, and it pushes me to keep going, even if it's hard, even when I'm exhausted, even when I lose the reason why I'm still doing it, because time to time it's really hard to pick yourself up and keep going.
That's why it is really inspirational. I'm really looking forward to see what you will bring in October.
Oh, I'm really excited.
That's also one other thing, and that you mentioned that you can do frame up in many different ways, and you have some really different choreos between the choreos you do. What are the main things for you when you're making choreos, and what are the main kind of characteristics of your own style?
According to all of the feedback I've heard, the main characteristic of my own style is control, dynamic, and musicality. And personally, I think that my power, I guess, my power is in calmness. And I also try to put in each choreo something more than just move, maybe some story, some idea. And the main point for me in art to create something touching, something beautiful. And I also really love music, and I just want to visualize the music. I always said to my students that even if someone watch your video without the sound, person should see the music. This is the main point of dancing, to kind of merge with the music, to visualize it, show it, so everyone can kind of hear it, even without the sound. So maybe this is one of the things I always try to follow when I create the choreo.
Yeah, that's very interesting because yes, musicality is definitely something that stands out in your choreos and the different ways you use the texture of the music.
Thank you. I'm really happy that the way I see the music is visible. Yeah. For me, also the little tip, I'm trying to pick some background sound for the chorus when I dance. To dance not only to the main line, sounds line, kind of the main instrument in song, but time to time to switch off to the background sounds. And this is, I think, personally for me, what make the choreo kind of merged with the music, because you cannot separate it from the music because you are dancing on the background sounds, like in the nature of the song. I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah. No, but that is, again, that is what it brings musicality to life, by finding the stuff that you wouldn't hear on your first listen as well. But how did you get to this? I mean, to me, again, and I've taken your classes as well when you were in Germany. It's very distinct. So how did you get from, dancing in a team and then ending up in a new country and starting teaching? How did you get to this distinct style?
I think that this is thanks to all of the classes I've attended back in Russia, because I really attended to a lot of classes with a lot of different styles, not only frame up. I listen a lot of different music and watch a lot, not only frame up performances, dancers, but a lot of the performances of different styles. And I guess this is what inspires me, and gives me a kick to create something interesting. And also, after I moved from Russia to the Netherlands, I had a lot of time with only myself, because there was nobody who I can share with my practice. So I guess that from this point, I started to recognize my own approach of my own vision of frame up. Because obviously, when you have no one to, you're starting to be the inspiration for yourself. So I guess this is what pushed me to develop myself more and more. Just being alone with myself.
I think those are really good words. Nice. But in your plans in Amsterdam, you were doing some collaborative classes. You're really trying to reach out with the style further?
Yeah. I hope that next year I'm going to have more collaboration classes, maybe with people who dance other styles. Now I already started to collaborate with the heels dancers here because we have kind of the same vibe. So they have a lot more people in classes, and this is a really good chance and possibility to involve more people in frame up. And I also like to mix together different styles to make it more interesting, more capturized. Yeah, I guess. And I also hope that there will be more guest teachers in Amsterdam next year. I already have some plans, just roughly, about guest teachers from Russia, and I hope that it's gonna work. Because for now, with the small community, financially, it's hard to bring people from Russia because you have less people who can attend, who can pay. So you need to make the price higher. This is also the reason why people can not go to these classes. So I guess that I earned something only from one of the events I organized. All of the others wasn't so financially successful.
Yeah.
But fortunately, I have my main job as an engineer, so I can spend a lot of money to bring people here and to organize something to push this style further. So I'm lucky to be an engineer.
Yeah, it's kind of what I talked also about with Eve. You don't do it for the money, you do it for the passion and like something else as well.
Yeah.
So about working and dancing, how does this balancing go? How many hours a week do you even have time for dancing?
This is a hard question. I'm not gonna lie. It's not a piece of cake. It's really inner resource consuming. And I've learned a lot about the time management and the clear division of two different fields because obviously they shouldn't affect each other. Time to time, I feel like I have a split personality also. And I kind of have two jobs. So I dance almost every day for 3-4 hours a day. I also have some trainings outside dancing to keep my body capable to do something interesting, something I would say something new and something interesting without any injuries. And also because I dance a lot, I need to have a strong body, obviously. So outside the dancing, I also train a lot, like simple strength and cardio, and altogether, it's an everyday hard work.
Yeah, well, I hope you get some sleep as well on top of this. So,
Yeah, time to time, it happens.
oh, ouch.
Yeah.
All right. I have this list of questions I asked everybody. They're the same. So my first question is, do you prefer boots or sandals?
I mean, what could be more beautiful than pointed toes and sandals? I just love its aesthetic and the way how it looks, like a part of the leg. Also, I wouldn't say that I totally abandon boots for some full of acrobatic choreos, for example, or some choreos with a specific character. My choice would be boots. With boots, it's more secure to do some acro tricks, I guess. But for now, my love is Sundance.
Nice. And who is your frame up icon or inspiration?
Oh, I guess even if I had all of the time in the world, I wouldn't be able to choose only one person. I would say that the frame up community itself is a great inspiration for me. And I'm trying not to hang up on a specific one person, because I consider that the beauty is in diversity, and the difference and uniqueness is essential things to develop yourself. Truly develop, not just copy or follow. And it's important to experience different, to have a broad outlook, and all of this you can accumulate and then transform to something yours, truly yours.
Yeah, that's fair enough. What's a favorite choreo that you have learned or a project that you have joined?
Ooh, there are several choreographies which are still deep in my heart for different reasons. First one is a choreo by Anastasia, I guess in 2019, to short Paris song, really powerful song. And I still remember goosebumps while I dancing it, and the words Nasta said back then, which I myself keep saying time to time to my students. And I guess this is why I still remember this choreo. This is definitely choreo by Yuliana Koptsova, somewhere in the end of 2019. I don't remember who is a singer, maybe not so popular, but I have memories from this class, like warmest memories, and I still keep small details of this choreo and the musicality in my heart. So this is what I would remember when I have a kind of blue mood or depression, I guess. And this is choreo by Dasha Gubanova. Honestly, I love almost all of them. But one of the first I learned from Dasha Gubanova was somewhere in 2020 on her summer classes, and it was Close to My Fire song by Slakvax. I remember it because this is the moment I fell in love with Dasha and the way she works with the music. And from this point, I guess the formation of my vision of the style also started. And from this moment, I realized that I want to dance with this teacher, with the Dasha, and I want to learn from her. And also, I remember clearly choreography by Ira Patshovalova. This is the song Save Me by, I'm not sure that I can pronounce it correctly, XX Temptation. I remember it because it was really hard for me to dance it. It's full of freedom. It's full of controllable freedom and emotions. And emotions is actually the hardest thing for me to show in dance, because I usually show my emotions like in body language, not like in facial expressions. But it was really difficult for me, and this choreo I still remember because in the end I did it. So yeah, kind of an inspiration. And there actually were so many beautiful choreos. And it's like looking through an old family photo album now. So yeah, let's stop on this point. Otherwise, I'm gonna talk forever.
No, but that's nice because it's nice to also hear how you take pieces from each of them, and that helps you in your own formation. I think that's the nice, as you said, family album memories thing.
Yeah.
But what about your favorite choreo that you made, and why?
I usually rate my choreographies with a harsh criticism.
Oh,
I would say there is a couple of the most recent which I enjoy dancing and kind of satisfied with the result. I gonna record it like in next 2-3 weeks and put online. Maybe my favorite haven't happened yet. I don't know. But I always have something I'm not actually happy with in my choreos.
that's the life of a perfectionist right there.
Yeah.
What's your most memorable moment you've had as a, well, I guess as a dancer or as a teacher?
I wouldn't say it's a moment. I guess it's more like an accumulation of small detailed changes or improvements or joy or victories I see every day in my students. I'm really blessed to have very hardworking and passionate people in my small community who gives me a lot of moments every day. So yeah, this is not only one moment. It's a process. It's an everyday life.
All right. And can you describe frame up in one word?
And art, because there is no generally agreed definition of what constitutes art. However, it is known that the nature of art is creativity, beauty, emotional power, aesthetic, ideas, representation of diverse range of feelings. So for me, it sounds like a frame up.
Nice. And what's a fun fact about you that people might not know?
Oh, it's really fun. Speaking of the music and musicality, only one of my ears hear on 100%.
Whoa.
Yeah, the right one. Here only on the 60-70% due to complications from otitis. This is the problem with the ears. I'm not sure that I pronounce it correctly. Otitis. So I hear the same music differently depending on the sound source site. And time to time it's confusing for me, and time to time I'm struggling because my teammates from F.U.S.T, can't you hear the sounds? Here. And I was like, no, which sound? Because I was listening with the wrong ear. So I need to turn with the other ear to the source of the sound to hear it.
Wow, that makes your musicality even more impressive now knowing this.
More interesting, I guess. Yeah, I can hear
more
something
variation,
other people cannot. Yeah.
Nice. Do you have any kind of a message or something you want to send out there to people that are listening?
Yeah, I guess the main message is do what you actually love and never compare yourself with others. And obviously, you need to work hard. So just if you love it, just do it.
That's a good one, especially also with comparing to others. Just to yourself a week or so ago, right?
Yeah.
Nice. Is there anything else you want to talk about that I haven't asked you about your experience about dance?
Well, I just want to say a big thanks to everyone who support me and to everyone who follow my development, who keeps me motivated. And I'm really grateful for the interest and for the passion people have to frame up style here in Europe. And I really believe that together we can form really beautiful community here. And this is what we can do only together. I'm really glad to see a lot of people, dedicated people who push it further and further. I'm really proud that in Europe we have more and more teachers now. And I'm trying to keep connected with all of them. And so if I don't have a connection with you yet, with you for sure as now, and you are a really passionate person who push frame up in your country, just text me on Instagram. Let's be connected, and together we can do it.
Nice. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
At the end of this episode, I want to once again thank you for listening. The next episode will be coming in 2 weeks, and we are preparing something new for you. Stay tuned. Have a great week.